From the grind to the glow, the media hustle is no joke. And today we've got two powerhouses who know that journey all too well. Switope, the voice of a new generation, and the legendary Gbemi Olateru-Olagbegi, who has seen it, lived it, and shaped it. Now get ready for raw truths, laughs, and the kind of media wisdom you won't find in a textbook. Welcome to J on Air. Welcome, Gbemi. Welcome, Switope. It's so good to have both of you here.
How are you? Good evening.
I love the intro.
The legendary. Thank you.
Have you accepted that you're an actual legend? Yeah. Because I've called you that multiple times, but
where?
you don't seem, you just yeah. So let me tell you why you're a legend. You're a legend because when that radio station started, at the time, that was, and I heard Tools, I heard Olisa. That was the reason. That is the reason I'm sitting here. I'm not teasing you because you're here. So
that's the reason.
So accept that you're a legend. Let's clap for the legend, baby.
Thank you so much.
And of course to the amazing Switope, who is a legend in the making. Switope too, as you have taken the market.
I've tried.
I've tried.
So before we go straight into some of the questions that I have, maybe you shared your story, and every single time you shared, I remember when you left radio full time and you shared that story, every single time you reshare it, it still gets a lot of traction. People are just always still intrigued. But for those that don't know so much about you and what you've done, just give us like a brief, how did you get into the media space and into radio as a whole?
I always liked television, always liked basically the media, right? I wanted to read the news, 10 p.m. news. That was my thing. I used to just admire the newscasters, like, wow, so poised. So this, my father was like, never, you'll be a lawyer. Well, that didn't last too long. I changed my course. They had family meeting on my head, all of that. But I was like, no, don't worry, I'll make you proud, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know what I was doing with it. I was in school in the US then. Then my dad said, oh, you've graduated, just come visit, because I never came around to visit or anything. He said, just come visit. Now, so next thing he's like, you're going to do NYSC. I was like, what? So for NYSC, I was posted to NTA in VI. And but my day wouldn't start until like afternoon. So I was like, I need to find something else to do with my oversabi self, and decided to apply to Cool FM at the time. And they called me in and hired me as a news editor, basically to just edit the morning news or all the bulletins. So I would do 6 to 11 there and then go to NTA to do 12 to whenever, because you never know when your story would, because I was the only core member that was assigned to news stories. I did stories for Newsline, for headline news, all of that, nationwide news basically, and that. And while I was at Cool FM, I went to drop, because once you finish editing, you print out the news, go drop it in the studio for the news person to read. And so while I was there, I came in, dropped it, greeted Dan Foster, and I was like, yo, why are you here? Like, it was very unheard of for a foreigner to leave America.
To come here.
To come to Nigeria. This is 2005 early. And then I asked him so many questions. And he was like, you know what? You are talking so much. Just sit down here. Sit down. Here's headphones, microphone. And he was now asking me questions.
On air?
On air. I was like, oh, okay. And then I left. The next day he came to look for me. I said, no, you're not going to be doing this anymore. You're going to be with me in the studio. Wow. Oh, yeah, come. And that's how I got into radio. And then they gave me a show on my own in the evenings, on weekends, and then from there got the midday show, like that, and then the rest is history. So did Cool FM from 2005 to 2009, and then Beat FM from 2009 to 2021. 16 years.
Wow.
It's okay.
Legend.
And that's why I was like, you know what, I'm done. So yeah.
All right, let's talk a bit to Switope now. I mean, Switope, in the introduction, I called you part of the new generation. Even though it's crazy that there are newer people now. But tell us a bit about your journey as well.
So, where do I begin?
At the start.
Let me start from how I fell in love with radio. So my dad used to listen to radio a lot. And he had this radio by his bedside. And whenever he goes out, my siblings and I would take the radio and use it to record songs. Hey, like remembering it now, it's just funny. But yeah, I fell in love with radio at that time, and I just thought to myself, this is fascinating. We can't see these people, but we're always listening to them. I would listen to Ike at that time. I would listen to Gbemi at that time. Yes, no, she's not that old, but yeah, our journeys are different. So I would listen to Ike at that time, and Ike was the first person to ever put me on air. I was 16 at that time. So I was always calling, sending messages.
Mean Ike, of course I could do it.
Yes, that time it was Wild Child.
Yeah.
So a couple of my friends, some of the oldest friends I have now, I met them through Ike. So he used to have this party. And then we the young ones would text, I want to come for the party. I said, no, you are not 18 yet, so no. And then he organized this teens party, and then we went to see a movie. And then he said, okay, you know what? How about you come on my show? Would your mom allow you, your dad allow you come on my show? And he brought like 3 or 4 of us. Oh, wow. And then we went on air, and that was my first time. I was like, no.
That's it.
That is what I want to do. And then like, for some reason, I wanted to study mass communication. My name came out in creative arts. Or I would say they gave me creative arts. But then I still had that love for radio. So I used to go to Unilag FM. So after rehearsals, I would go to, I think Unilag FM was at Senate Building at that time, in the school. So when my friends are looking for me, they're like, no, check, she's at the station, go to the station. After rehearsals, when everyone is tired and going to their hostels to sleep, I will be at the radio station. And then from there, I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this isn't too bad. Let me see where this journey will take me to. There were hurdles along the way. My sister and my brother, mighty hurdles, too high for me to climb. I stopped for a while. I went into, the corporate world. But I did that for a while. And then I found my way back to radio. Just some way, somehow. I just found my way back.
Back to radio.
Yeah.
I want to ask Gbemi now, what do you think has changed? I mean, you left radio in 2021. So what do you think has changed from that time till now? You guys were celebrities. I don't understand. So I don't think we have you are just working on radio and you're a celebrity now. I'm not trying to shade anybody, but you guys were celebrities. No, but
celeb.
I mean, but yes, okay. So yes, I'm known, right? But I'm also known because of Instagram and TikTok, and people find out that, oh, you also do radio, but that's just radio. So what do you think has changed? What do you think happened?
Well, I think social media, for one, became even larger than life, especially from the pandemic time. It was a big thing, right? But that pandemic time where there was nowhere to go, people were either watching TV or online, basically. And I feel like people fail to tap in. Now, on radio, I was not just doing radio. If not, I would have been hungry. I emceed wedding, emceed events, started my shoe business.
Gbemi Switope shoes.
Gbemi Switope shoes.
I've seen in some of my videos.
Did so many different things. My friends will always joke and say I've sold everything that possible, basically, from diesel to stockfish to I just was like, yes, cartons. You want to buy stockfish? Carton? I had a friend who had a farm. Yeah, long story. But yeah, I think people fail to tap in. And when I say people, I mean not only the on-air personalities, but also the radio stations, the management, the owners as well. Yes, the economy also got worse. So I guess they forgot about maybe the creative part and we're chasing the money. But you have to tap in, and I feel like too many radio stations are owned by businessmen and women and not creatives. So they're only thinking about the money. They don't care about your TikTok or your Instagram or how the station should tap in. So people they've kind of left radio behind, in a way. And I feel like the people who left radio behind are Gen Zs and maybe younger millennials, for example, because I know that a lot of people still listen to radio, but it will be way bigger if that generation was carried along. So they didn't tap in.
So we're having a conversation a while back, and you said you were talking about radio again, and you said people still listen. Someone was saying radio is dead. I think we were talking to an artist who was trying to promote music and said radio is dead, Jerry. Don't just get a song on TikTok. And you were so hell bent. Radio is not dead. Radio is not dead. Is it because you still work on radio, or you believe?
So If you listen to 88.5 UFM, The Morning Belt, Francis and Sweet Ope, the callers don't work on radio. The phone lines are continuously buzzing. People are triggered by what the last caller said. They will leave the topic. They will leave the topic and face what the last caller said. Who amongst those people is working on radio or are working on radio? Do you understand what I mean? So radio is not dead, but it's like Gbemi said, it's not just as big as it was. Now there's social media. Before we had only TV and radio. Even before phones came in, now if you don't have light to watch TV, you're on your phone. Radios are no longer on phones. I guess that's another factor. If you're not in your car, people don't listen to physical radio anymore. They're not really streaming. Even though we get people that say, oh, I'm calling from Ogun State. I'm calling from, that these are people streaming that are intentional about listening to radio. So there's still people that listen to radio.
Maybe you wanted to say something there about radio not being there.
I feel like also podcasts became a thing. Why are the radio stations not tapping into why don't they have podcasts? The breakfast club has its podcast. So what they do is they package their show as a podcast, and so you can listen to it. Then they'll cut out the interview, the celebrity interview, and cut it again and be like, oh, this is an episode. There are different segments. Like, why are they not tapping into it?
Actually, because what's the difference between podcast and radio? Maybe just the recording
and
the visual. You're watching the people speaking.
And some of the things that you can say, people, especially if you work on radio here in Nigeria, we have NBC. There are certain things that people say on radio that they cannot on in their podcast that they cannot say on radio.
Absolutely.
Is that a factor?
Yeah. I mean, but you can also still, doesn't matter. There are people who that's why radio stations are streaming live on their websites or on their apps or in diaspora miss home. That's why they are rushing YouTube movies. They want to hold on to every bit of home. So there are people, I remember when I was on radio, people who would message and be like, oh, I'm listening from Atlanta, I'm listening from this place, I'm here, I'm there. Even though I have moved, but I make sure I listen to you guys. So why didn't they tap into that? I also feel that also a lot of people don't have the passion anymore. Because when I got into radio, I just wanted to just do my job and go home. In fact, that's what I used to do at Cool FM. Do my job, go home. Come out for church and maybe one or two events and go home. It was Beat FM that really forced me to start going out because they really wanted to push the OAPs. They really wanted us to be everywhere, and everything. So that's what then happened as I noticed this influx of interns that on day one, we used to have these mic sleeves that had the logo. Yeah. They will, on day one, they are
taking pictures.
I'm just like, you haven't even done anything, or they are alive and agile when celebrities are around. Once celebrities are gone, you will not find them. Like, so a lot of people started getting into radio for fame. For fame. They don't care about, they don't even know. You are listening to the radio and I'm like, I want to pull this person's ears and give them a bara because what was that air check? What have you just done? Are you proud of yourself? Nobody is listening and calling them to order. Last time you do an air check, your phone will just start ringing. Lisa is calling you. What the hell was that? Or Dan, even though I had left Cool FM, he had left Cool FM. He'd be listening to Beat FM and he'd be like, what are you doing? What was that air check? That was terrible. Do you understand? You imagine the person who taught you the most revered radio personality in the country, and he's listening to you. He's like, don't fail me. What have you just done there? Gbemi, you did not prepare. What was that? You should have just let the music play. Nobody is checking people now. People are just doing anything.
And saying anything.
You just be saying rubbish, especially weekend radio. My goodness. Just play the music, bro.
I like the fact that Gbemi went to this aspect. I want to pick up on what is happening with I'm a present day on air personality, right? What do you think has also changed in that regard? The quality of things that we hear on the radio. It's almost like we've lost touch.
A lot of presenters are not relatable. You have to make the people listening to you feel whatever it is you're saying. Are you giving a story? Are you giving them gist? Are you giving news? Just, I guess it boils down to how you express whatever it is you're saying. I can't come on air and be like, hey guys, good morning, welcome to the show. No matter how you're feeling, this job, it takes, I don't want to say it takes everything from you, but you have to be present. When you are not smiling, as little as a smile your listeners can hear. And I'll say this because I experienced it. I was dying of cramps one day. This was like 4 or 5 years back. I will never forget that caller. And I was just talking, just trying to be my usual jumpy, Switope self. And as much as I tried, the listeners were hearing that I was not 100%.
Yourself, yeah.
And this guy sends a message and says, Switope, even though I know you're trying to crack us up, you don't feel 100%. Guess what? The next day, I came in, I was better. I came in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, blah, 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 blah. We're going to listen to some amazing songs, blah, blah, blah. This same person sends a message. I can hear that you are better now. Oh, wow. I just sat back and I'm like, these people can actually feel you, because
feel the
you
energy.
are delivering news. You want to play a song, even if the song is the worst song in this world. There's a way you deliver it and fade that song in that people this song tap, this song tap. So I think it just boils down to people's personality. This job is you can't really be drab. It's not a sitting in front of your computer job that you're not speaking to your colleagues.
It requires every part of your body.
Every part of your body.
So Gbemi, she spoke about, you are trying to introduce a song and the way you just gets in. Do you think that a lot is lost in that? How we talk about music,
absolutely,
how we have air checks, how we talk about politics, what is happening?
There's not enough training. Let me tell you, at Cool FM, before you would even move near the mic as a presenter, you first of all spend months in the production studio. If you cannot cut an ad, if you cannot cut this, do that, edit this, do this with Adobe Audition, you will not smell that mic. And that's how it was. You understand? Dotun was in production studio for years.
Dio to the TUN.
Yes, Dio to the TUN. Before, Manny was in the production studio for a couple of years before he got on the radio. And then he rose to become head of production, and then he's a whiz when it comes to production stuff. But basically, they would train you so much. Then we will now sit down weekly, and then they will get your air check, and everybody will listen and critique your air check. And they'll be like, why did you introduce this song like this? Why didn't you think about it and, come up, even if you have to write it down? Olisa used to encourage, even if you have to write down your air checks. He used to say, it's better for you to just play the music. Nobody will complain if you are playing your music, as opposed to opening the mic and there's no points. There's no beginning, there's no middle, there's no end of your air check. I always say this, you are an on-air personality for a reason. You are there because of your personality. Let people know what happened. Or if I almost fought in traffic, I'll be like, hey, so that's how I came home, and this guy hit my car and I removed my wig and we're about to rack, and because this is what happens. It's Lagos. Or somebody stole my petrol in my gen. I moved to one tiny only room, my first apartment from my father's house, and somebody siphoned my petrol from my gen, and you could hear the pain. What do you mean? And people used to laugh and they used to relate. People would call and tell us their life stories. A couple once named their child after me. I was just like, bro, people need to know. I used to sit one time, I think it was the Grammys. I would sit, Grammys, the Oscars, BET Awards. I would sit in front of the TV and watch and take notes. With my pen and paper and take notes. Because I'm not just telling you, I'm not going to wake up the next day lazy and go and look for who won what. I'm going to tell you the crazy thing that happened when this person came to present this award, what the heck they were wearing. This crazy thing happened on the red carpet. I will describe it to you like you were there. But people will just roll out of bed now, just look, winner of best producer, Timbaland. Winner, it's so boring. So why are you there? You are their eyes. So you have to be colorful in your language. You have to be expressive. But people are not doing that anymore. People are lazy. Lazy.
So basically laziness, lack of training.
And people are also not being paid well. That's also another thing I have to say. Yes, we were also not paid well, but I used to encourage. I was the queen of the side hustle. You cannot think this job is not going to pay your bills. And that time, we even had perks. Oh, BT Awards is coming. This person went last year. Me, it's my turn this year. Now, nobody's flying to the BT Awards. Nobody's taking you to the World Cup. So, nobody is giving... That time...
Sorry. Do what I just remember. I remember going for one of these awards here in Lagos, right? And then I met one of my friends outside the gate. I said, this person is a known person. I said, what's happening? Why My station did not give me media, and they told me to come. So if they are not even getting media passes for an award show here in Lagos, how are they going to fly you for the Grammys?
To the artists who think that radio is dead and all you need is TikTok. This is why the other day I was in a salon and they were doing my hair and they had on like a Rihanna playlist, and I listened to like 10 songs and I was singing the 10 songs. I can't. These new age artists, you can't sing 10 songs back. We don't even know the lyrics because your song is a bubblegum TikTok 5-minute song. All they are thinking of now is what's the part that's going to hit on TikTok?
Yeah, so they just cut
they're
that
not
part.
even. So listen, let it be on. Let it circulate. Let it like now they don't care about the radio. Why are you worrying yourself? Just send it to the radio. If they play, they play. They don't play. At least you did your part. Now you think only TikTok
is going to help you push.
I think even I won't say big 3, say maybe the big 10 artists now, they know not to joke with radio or radio stations. They know not to. They may not come to, a lot of Nigerian stations, but when they travel, you see them at BBC, you see them at Capital One. They know the power of radio and media in general. They know.
They don't used to come for interviews.
See, but that's why I added that one.
You see them on abroad radio stations.
6 a.m.
I'm just like, what are you like? Sometimes the way they'll be gisting, I'm like, you don't gist
you
like
don't
this
do that.
you
don't do that.
Like that's so disrespectful.
It
like,
is. We have seen. I have seen, but that's
I'm
not the
angry
topic.
when I see viral. I'm always angry. I always hiss. Every time I see the viral videos from abroad,
other stations,
or blogger, or like, what's it called, a podcast. You are running to this podcast and that podcast.
But they don't give us that same.
Yeah, they don't respect the Nigerian media anymore. I don't know why that is.
They will still come back. Afrobeats to the world.
Yeah.
Does the world still care about Afrobeats?
I feel like every Friday I always rant after new music because I'm like, what are you people doing? Sell the market here first. Dance to your songs. Push these songs.
They will still come back.
But maybe you genuinely think that these are Afrobeat artists will come back and still understand the value?
Sold was 5,000 copies.
Yeah, well,
that's
4,000.
That I feel for her.
And that's my girl.
Yo, and you know how
4,000.
much they pumped into her marketing? Like she's done Gap campaigns. She's done so much, and I'm just like, yeah. If that person is selling that number of units in the US, I don't think they are. Very soon they'll, it's a phase.
Yeah, so they'll come back.
And the funny thing is that when I checked the numbers, she actually did well in South Africa.
That's it. They are people, or she's a part of them.
She's South African.
It's like Nigerians too. We will support our own. Even if you are doing rubbish abroad, we will support you. No other person can insult us but us. Yes.
So still speaking about, our artists and Afrobeats, what is happening in 2025? We've not had, let's be honest, I mean, Davido had a good album, the song with Omale, but let's be honest, this is a bad year for music. We had Niniola here, and I said, you've had a big single this year. And I asked as an artist that what do you think is happening? Burna Boy drops an album this year. He did not.
So the problem is they think they're comfortable now. So it's like, I'm just going to drop this music. Let my people do the promotion. I'm not going to sing to my song. I'm not going to dance. What do you mean dance to my song on TikTok? And I saw one comment. Olamide, someone said Olamide done the dance on TikTok too now. Something along those lines. Yeah. And then he replied. He said, if now you don't sell your market or something. And he's like, okay. If Olamide can be dancing and who then are you?
Not to want to sell your market.
That's the only thing you have, except you're a musician with a side hustle. But if you're not pushing your song, there's only so much OAPs can do. There's only so much TikTokers can do. You pay someone $1,000 on TikTok to dance to your song. How many times do you think I will dance that I will not be tired? Am I doing off the song?
True.
If I give you 5 videos, I'm okay. Okay, it's okay now. Yeah. These 5. There's only so much people on TikTok can do. There's only so much influencers can do. Get ready with me with your song. There's only so much.
Would you be fair? Would you be fair?
Just dropped his book
and he's dancing. Yeah.
Like
don't dance.
Before artists used to wait 2-3 years, 4 years to drop
be
albums.
Hungry.
Do you understand? So by the time you drop, your singles. Now some people are dropping singles every month, or every 6 weeks. I'm just like, there are too many songs. I just would like a big artist to really push their music. Go to radio stations, go to TV stations, go to
podcasts.
It's tiring, it's exhausting. But do you see how? And I'm not just saying music people, for example, even reality stars, the way they do their media rounds, they will do interview. But it's like by the time they do like 3 or 4, it's okay, I'm done, I'm not doing. You better do it.
If you're looking to grow, invest your money, and also get loans, Credit Direct is the way to go. I know I've said this so many times in the so many episodes we've had of G on Air, but I really mean it, because I want you to jump on something that is really worth your time and worth your while. We're in an economy that is chopping people's money like a wildfire. Credit Direct helps you to save your money, helps you to invest your money, stocks in Nigeria, stocks outside of Nigeria, and also helps you to get loan. You know, when you need that quick 2K, Credit Direct helps you to do that as well. So if I were you, I would download the Credit Direct app today. Go to the Google Play, go to the App Store, and download Credit Direct. Come back and say, Johnny, thank you for plugging me. And you know what? I'll be here to say you're welcome. Baby, let's talk about that interview that you had that changed your career. Is there an interview that you had with someone?
My favorite person to interview is Davido. Davido can gist.
I knew you were going to say Davido.
He give you gist, and I did a lot of interviews with Davido. He can give you gist to tell you this is what happened, and then this one, and then that one.
Very honest.
Yeah,
very open.
honest, very open. So yeah, Davido, Wizkid, that Wizkid interview, I suffered. It was in 2015, and he had promised. He said, "Mama, don't worry, I'll come. I'll even bring you. You like chocolate cake? I'll bring you chocolate cake." He said he was coming like 7 times. I did make up like 7 times.
Wow.
I swear. Then one day he just strolls in. I was just like, Talele. Whatever was happening on the show that day, I cleared it. I was just like, what? I was just like, whoa. Like, I had prepared. Imagine preparing 7 times. Having like a content creator on standby with everything. But yeah, that was a good one. That was an interesting one. That was the one that he admitted that he is not a monogamist. He would not, that he has women in different countries.
Wow.
Yeah, he said it. I remember. I remember, this one wasn't radio though, but it was a television interview with sitting president Goodluck Jonathan. That was good. Which other one again? Kim Kardashian. Okay. It was a phone interview, but it was still great. So that one as well. I mean, there have been so many.
When you hear Gbemi, let's shake. Yes.
Adekunle Gold as well is a good person to talk to. He can speak, he talks. The one I can't stand, I'm not going to mention who, but like,
Gbemi, give us the tea.
You've come for interview and just there like giving one word answers. I'm just like,
no, it's okay.
You asked
Why?
for this interview. I didn't ask you. You came and then you are giving one. You better sell your market. That kind of thing. You know, when it's bad, even when the people who are listening are like, what did they do this one? No, they'll be sending messages on Twitter and they'll be like, what's wrong with this one? Why is this person has something like this? Did you force this person? What was going on? Person should go, my bag. Don't want it again. That kind of thing. But yeah, it helps to sell your market. Whether you're a musician or whatever it is you are, when you are good with conversations, that way people get to know you. I've listened to interviews or watched interviews of people that I don't know anything about, but I become a fan just watching their interviews. Or maybe somebody that I couldn't stand before, but I listened to the interview and I'm just like, okay, not that bad. Not bad. So interviews are important.
I would say Ira Star, Fowls is a very intelligent, and sometimes we bear off music conversation and then you're just looking at, oh, he's a lawyer, that's why he's talking. So having someone that everyone sees, this guy is a joker, he jokes a lot, becomes serious, and then he's just talking and talking. Sometimes I'm just there listening like, oh, and then I don't know what to ask again. Like, okay, carry on the conversation. Then. So Ira Star, she's a sweetheart. It's almost like Davido and Gbemi. So you just gist. Those interviews where it doesn't look like it's an interview. You're just talking, you're just gisting. Nini is another.
She's great.
Nini is a great conversationalist as well. Yeah. So yeah, Ira, Nini, and Fowls.
Then what makes for the perfect interview? What do you need to do for a perfect interview?
I don't know. I think I'm good at reading people. So I also do a little bit of research about the person. So bring up something they're interested in and just watch them perk up after that. Or it could be maybe the person is vain. I just like, oh, you look so good. They're just like, oh, yes. That. So it depends. And so you just find a way to get through to that person. Or it could be as far as this person said your mama.
Mm.
And the person like, what?
Who said
No,
that?
yeah, that kind of thing. Or just different things. You just find ways to get around people. There's some people who are, they don't tell you a lot, but they're very good with conversations because they are keeping things. Niniola is good, but she won't give you extra gist.
She won't.
She'll give you professional gist.
She was here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Everybody says Tini gave us a great interview, but didn't I say
Yes.
She won't, like, they won't go into, details or maybe
the personal?
exactly.
Do you think that that's also an issue with not just radio, that a lot of people are chasing viral moments, and that's why maybe some of our artists no longer want to speak to us?
A lot of them have never done any media training in their lives, and it's not.
And you're
their
talking about
fault.
artists right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can navigate when you see that somebody is coming for you and they're trying to get you to say the wrong thing. There are ways you can turn
Walk
interviews around,
Yeah.
and it will still be a pleasant experience for both of you, where you're not looking like you're fighting. Do you understand? But again, I just feel like you should also get some media training.
Over here, people see entertainment as, for lack of a better words, play. So if you are seen enjoying what you're doing, why should I pay for it? And we have this mentality in Nigeria. If you don't suffer for it, you don't deserve it.
When Whiskey said, don't call me an Afrobeat artist anymore. When you guys listen to my Mariah album, don't call me an Afrobeat. Did that rub you off the wrong way? Especially someone that, when we think about Whiskey and Davido, we also have to speak about your station and the work that you did. Some of the interviews that blew some of them up, at least for us here, were the interviews that you did. The interviews Tools did or Lisa. So when you hear some of the things that they say now, that Afrobeats, what is Afrobeats?
That's your business. It's your music. You can decide. I think it's not even just interviews. I think also in terms of just in general airplay. An artist that we really, really were invested in, I would say, as a station, we just really liked him, was Burner. To the point where there was this AR house in Lekki Phase 1, would literally be there when he'd be recording some songs. They used to invite us over all the time.
You guys play like to party. Jesus Christ.
So they're also not cultivating like relationships with radio personalities anymore. And it's not... We don't have to be besties, but just, always just be courteous. I used to laugh about this thing. Like when an artist is trying to blow, that time, it was a life cycle. They'll be like, mama, this one, down. They will hail you when they see you outside. Then once that song, 1 or 2 songs now blow, when they see you outside, they'll give you a, what's up? Nod, kind of.
Wow, like I see you.
Hey.
Then when they now become mega superstars, they will even step up. In fact, if you say, hey, the bodyguard can beat you before you open your mouth, you'll be like, so. And then, I used to be like, now, wow. You used to be like, mama, this one, that one, this one, my song. After I just feel like you should always remember that you're going to need these people. Because tomorrow, they can ban TikTok. Like the way what's it called was banned. Twitter was banned in Nigeria. So they can the owner can say, we're not even doing it or whatever. Something can happen to all these platforms that you revere.
So it's better to just have your eggs in all the baskets.
You need to sell your market
everywhere.
Is it tiring? Absolutely yes. But you are the one that knows that the amount of work you put into that's if you put in a lot of work into the music that you're putting out. So hey,
a lot of songs have dropped this year. Like we already had a conversation. What's happening to the music? So I'm going to ask you, as revered on-air personalities, your thoughts on some of the songs that have dropped this year. Hot Body era. Look what a hot body can do.
Can I be honest?
Thoughts?
I think it's okay.
You don't think you think it's going to become a mega, because when the teasers did something, but it's almost like it's not yet cracking.
It's clever, but I just feel like it's okay.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I also she said something about TikTok and TikTok clips. I think the problem is pushing just one part of a song for a long time, and then people don't even know the other part of the song. So it might not really go as far as her other songs.
Because I'm afraid I really saw
Stability.
That song. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you. Apart from look what a hot body can do, give me 2 other lines.
Body be banging, banging.
So that's the problem. I have an artist friend that said he this song is a challenge. It's a trending challenge. And then when he started the song, he was performing it. And then people were just looking like, okay, you know, some people were still vibing. And when he got to the chorus that was very popular on TikTok, everybody said, okay, that's the song. So I don't even know if TikTok is a blessing and a curse, or blessing
people
or
just know
a
one
curse.
part. Because often
so
hear people
now,
say,
yes, so now artists should just push the whole song.
Okay, let's move on from that.
Yeah.
What of Ginger? Niniola's Ginger. No one.
Ginger me.
Ginger me.
my
So that
God.
one now in two parts. So people know the ginger me, and people know the other
Looking,
part.
I think it's
Kelebu
cool.
Rema, what do you think?
Sing it again.
Kelebu, 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 Kelebu.
Hey, madam. Hey, madam.
There are people that will enjoy it. I don't think I enjoy it.
Baby's face.
I don't. Do I enjoy other Rema
Rema
songs?
songs? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, but this particular one, no.
What of the two songs Tiwa has dropped this year? You For Me and On The Low with Skepta.
I like the On The Low with Skepta song. They look so beautiful together.
They do.
My
I
goodness.
They do.
They should have teased us with pretend romance or something.
Actually,
I don't know.
that's true.
But
I
they're
agree.
just two beautiful
Yeah,
chocolate people
yeah.
with tattoos. It just
Yeah.
look so nice. It's actually a nice song, actually.
Do you
I
think this
prefer
is-
But I
it
like
to-
You For Me.
To You For Me.
Yeah, I prefer You For Me.
Do you think this album, I mean, she's going really R&B. Do you think it's going to do what it's going to do?
In this country, I don't know if an R&B album is what Nigerians need now. Nigerians just want to dance. And
What
forget
other
their
song is on the
sorrows.
album again?
We just know those two songs that she has
You
teased.
For Me
and
this
On The Low.
one.
Yes. Yeah.
I like
And
You
I
For
like
Me.
the fact that artists don't want to be boxed into I must not give you dancing song every time. Please, sometimes I just want to chill. And the people that love me, my fans will listen to it. If you are not going to enjoy this one, don't worry. Dance
What of-
song will come.
Let me wrap up with this one of Tyler's EP that had the Dynamite song with Wizkid and Is It and Bliss. Did you like that EP?
Sing any of these songs.
Please.
Okay, to wrap this up, are there any
I'm not gonna
songs?
lie.
Are there any songs you've heard, maybe big or not this year? That I think, oh, this is a really good song.
This
Popular
year?
or not?
Obviously, Fauzi's No Less, that whole wearing trad and
Yeah,
going
that was
crazy
a
on,
vibe.
that was a good one. I like that Davido and Omale is just too sweet.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sweet,
yes.
sweet, sweet.
Oh, what do you think about the whole Omale and Rema drama? By the way, sorry. I know what I said.
That's
Gbemi.
good. That's. I want Rema to say something. I feel like Rema will come out like a month later to say something.
He will most likely not say anything.
He will. Rema.
He will most
It
likely
will not. It will
say
not. It
anything.
will not say that this is what I'm talking about, but he will say something. You know, Rema
So
will say something.
cryptic
You guys,
message.
exactly. You guys are just because Omale did not actually say it was Rema. You know, it was just an artist said something, and then the producer on the work said, you know, yes, an artist actually stole something, and people actually put two and two together and said it's Rema.
What if it was someone, an inside person that told another person that, oh, this, it's not people putting two and two together. What if it's not just people putting two and two together? What if it was an actual inside information? Yeah.
At this
What
juncture,
if?
at this juncture, let's wrap up the G on Air era show. So, what do you say to people out there, artists and to on-air personalities? I'm going to begin with Switope, artists and on-air personalities that want to do what you do, but also artists that need us, you know, for the music.
Build relationships with the presenters. Like Gbemi said, we don't have to be best friends. And even as much as I like it when people just come out straight and tell me, oh, Switope, this is what I want. You don't have to be chummy or pretend,
Yeah.
you know, to get something. I like that. Go straight to the point. But build relationships. Music and radio, they go hand in hand. There's no radio without music. We can't just be yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping away. So you hear some artists say, I've never done a radio interview before. And you're looking at,
That's not something to be proud of.
that's not something to be proud of at all. And for presenters, please just bring your personality. Like Gbemi said, on-air personality. Bring your personality. And I know that there are hurdles. It's not always so rosy. There are days you don't want to get up from your bed. There are some times that your money does not come in as at when due. But just think about why you are there in the first place. And if it's not working for you, maybe just leave.
Look for a job in that bank. Okay.
Just leave.
Graduate training.
Honestly.
Yeah. Gbemi, what do you say?
For artists, build. I know that there are lots more radio stations now. I think like there's almost like 50 now in Lagos alone. Just little things just to make your presence felt. If it's the station's what's it called, anniversary, send a cake. How much is cake? Do you understand?
Your
Just
coming
small
point
small
of view,
things.
just-
Let them know that it's from so and so person. Oh, this and I know you can't build a relationship with everybody. But with just some people, when you have listenings, like I'll be I'll just be looking. Some artists who have listenings, and
Influencers.
it's people that you are paying to dance to your music on TikTok that you've brought. Hello, what about people are going to play the music? Invite them to your listening, invite them to your thing, whatever it is that you're doing. You have a concert, have a table available or something, or some tickets, just a few things, just to you know. That's one. For presenters, like she said, bring your A game. Go a little bit beyond. Do your research. Also, have your side hustle on the side. On the side, it's not easy. The economy is not smiling on anybody right now. Stations that didn't used to owe before are now owing salaries. It's crazy out there. But still, just make sure you do your job. Don't be lazy. Don't be reading. Like sometimes you are telling us, you have entertainment gist for us. But know how things are written to. When people write, there's a way you write for people that are going to read. I can tell you are just reading it up. Read it first and then give the gist like you are gisting like your group chats. Without the curse words, of course. But I'm just saying stuff like that. Carry your people along. Let them know your personality to an extent. What else? Management. Please be supportive of your staff. Please. They used to tell, as soon as I turned 30, other presenters turned 30, somebody, I won't mention who, part of management, she said, you guys are old. You guys are old. You're old. You're over 30. You're old. You're old. And
Seriously?
I'm just like, bro, like Angie Martinez is 50 plus and she's still doing radio. All of them on the Breakfast Club are at least 45, maybe except Jess, the new girl that just joined or something. Like, I was just like, what is going on? Like, it was so crazy to me, like the way they used to do. And then I remember coming back from maternity leave, I got a call from HR. I was like, what did I do now? I wasn't even there. And then they called me for an interview. For a meeting, and she was trying to convince me to move to Classic FM. And I was like, hell no, not moving to Classic FM. And she was just like,
you're a mother now.
She's just like, oh no, I just think we're gonna bring in more younger presenters. They cuckoo brought the younger presenters. I just want to show them pepper. They all left within 2 years. All the hustle we used to hustle for the station, those ones they will not do. When it's time for concerts and turn up, they'll be there. When it's time to do gritty stuff like maybe NYSC concerts where we had to literally do everything ourselves, they will disappear. Stomachache, MP, not feeling well, mental health. I was like, these are the young people you called. Look at them. They've all gone. So it was wild to me. She was like, oh, maybe you should go to Lagos Talks then. I was like, no,
that's not what I want to do.
What is that? Like, so what? Because I went to have a baby. All of a sudden now I'm too mature for your pop culture radio station.
We have to wrap this up. We'll definitely have this two back again because this was not an interview. This was just a conversation. Thank you so much, Gbemi, and of course, we support for being here. Usually, I wrap up with Jay's take. I don't have any take today. Watch the full interview. It's going to be a long one.